Did you know? Most fun facts out there are recycled over and over, but not today. These 10 facts are fresh, fascinating, and a little mind-blowing. Let's dive into the wild side of science, nature, and history you probably haven't heard before. Fact 1. Did you know mushrooms can talk to each other using their own version of a language? Scientists discovered that fungal networks, specifically mycelium, use electrical impulses to send messages between mushrooms and even trees. These signals can change based on conditions, almost like words in a sentence. One study found patterns that mimic human speech structure. In other words, mushrooms might be silently gossiping underground about their environment. Fact 2. Ever heard of the immortal jellyfish? Turritopsis dohrnii is a tiny jellyfish species that can biologically reverse its age. When injured or stressed, it reverts its cells back to their earliest form and starts its life cycle all over again. It's like hitting reset on life. While they can still die from disease or predators, in theory, they could live forever, making them one of the only creatures with that ability. Fact 3. There's a 30,000-year-old virus that came back to life in 2022. Found frozen in Siberian permafrost, this zombie virus was revived by scientists who proved it was still infectious, though only to amoebas. As climate change melts ancient ice, more of these prehistoric microbes could resurface. It sounds like science fiction, but it's a real-world peek into what once thrived during the Ice Age. Fact 4. Sharks existed before trees. That's not an exaggeration. Sharks have been roaming the oceans for over 400 million years. Trees didn't show up on Earth until around 350 million years ago. That means when the first tree sprouted, sharks had already survived multiple mass extinctions and ruled the seas. If there were a real-life eldest species, sharks would be the ancient guardians. Fact 5. Bananas are naturally radioactive. They contain potassium, and a tiny portion of that potassium is the isotope potassium-40, which is radioactive. Don't worry. It's not dangerous unless you eat thousands of bananas in one sitting. But here's the kicker. There's an actual unit of radiation called the banana equivalent dose, used to illustrate the relative harmlessness of small amounts of radiation. Yes, bananas are scientifically measured in bananas. Fact 6. Octopuses have 9 brains and blue blood. Each of their 8 arms has its own mini brain to control movement, and there's a central brain coordinating everything else. Their blood is blue because it uses copper-rich hemocyanin instead of iron-rich hemoglobin like ours. This works better for transporting oxygen in cold, low-oxygen environments like the ocean depths. Basically, octopuses are aliens living right here on Earth. Fact 7. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. While dolphins surface about every 10 minutes, sloths can slow their heart rate by 30% and hold their breath for up to 40 minutes. That's because their slow metabolism and low oxygen needs make them surprisingly efficient. It is not just laziness. It is a whole survival strategy that lets them avoid predators while hanging upside down in trees. Fact 8. There's a planet where it literally rains molten glass. Sideways. HD 189733b is an exoplanet located 64 light-years from Earth, and its weather is terrifying. Winds blow at 5,400 miles per hour, and the atmosphere contains silicate particles that condense and fall as molten glass. The sideways rain and extreme heat make it one of the most hostile places we've ever discovered. Talk about extreme weather warnings. Fact 9. Some animals are naturally fluorescent. The platypus, for example, glows green-blue under ultraviolet light. It's not completely understood why, but biofluorescence might help with camouflage or communication in the wild. Other unexpected animals that glow include some frogs, flying squirrels, and even certain sea turtles. So next time you go to a rave, remember nature did it first. Fact 10. Your stomach gets a new lining every few days, so it doesn't digest itself. The stomach secretes powerful acids that can break down food and potentially damage its own tissues. To prevent this, your body constantly regenerates the stomach's inner lining, replacing it about every 3-5 days. It's like a high-speed self-repair system happening inside you without you even realizing it.